GetConnected. Gotta get yourself connected.
Well, I think everyone knows now it's important to have security on your desktop or laptop computer. That's everything from antivirus, anti-spyware, internet firewalls. Well, I think a word that I like to associate with security in this case is free.
Free is always good.
Who doesn't like free? You know, a lot of us are probably familiar with, Norton Symantec, the antivirus, and also Microsoft's pretty big now with their OneCare. McAfee also makes some great software too. But what if you're on a budget, or maybe you've got a bunch of computers and just can't afford to fully equip everyone with, the paid software? Well, there are some free alternatives out there. We're going to have a look at them and understand what some of them are good for and what some of them aren't good for.
For those of you who aren't familiar with spyware, it's software that you download from the internet, probably without your knowledge and definitely without your consent. And the purpose of it is people, basically bad people out there in cyberspace, have this software that downloads onto your computer to watch your behavior. Some of it's used for marketing and some of it's to actually alter the files on your computer and steal your information. So obviously these are things that we definitely don't want on our computer. So let's look at some of those free things that we have today. Adware. Let's start with that one.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites. It's been around for a number of years now, and this thing really roots out any adware or spyware that's on your system. And the best part is, the basic version is completely free. And once you've installed it, you basically hit the scan button, and you can do a couple different types of scan. Quick one, for the impatient folks out there,
that's
or
me.
Or the full-blown one where it just kind of grinds through the hard drive there and goes through everything. And that's probably the best one to start off with. And you would be surprised at how much junk is in your hard drive, and it's kind of scary, and all the different types of cookies as well. And cookies are these little kind of mini programs that actually track your behavior on the web. A lot of them are good. You go to websites and they use that so they can remember you, so that you have a better web surfing experience. But there's some that track stuff that you probably don't want tracked. Anyway, once it scans through there, then it'll ask you if you want to get rid of it, quarantine it, or let it go. And you got to be careful there sometimes, because some of this stuff is not always bad, and you don't want to start messing your system up. So the free version does all that. If you do get the paid one, the nice feature the paid one has is that it does real-time monitoring. So you don't have to go in and launch the program and hit scan every time. It'll actually monitor your system 24/7. So Spybot's another good one.
Spybot Search and Destroy, other than having a really cool name, it's very much like the Adware, but it has a few different extra features. One of them is that it actually goes into your registry. So when you're looking or when you're installing new programs on your computer and it asks you to shut it down, well, when you shut down your computer and install it, sometimes spyware will get in there and launch malicious programs. So the Spybot will actually prevent it at that level. It also has a backup registry, and what that means is it will save your entire registry before it installs the program. So if you do end up installing anything, you can always have the safe backup. A couple tips for you if you are wondering if your computer has spyware on it or adware on it. Well, some of the ways that you can tell is if you're getting pop-up ads and you haven't asked for them or gone to a website where you can tell that that's coming from. If it's just popping up on your desktop, sometimes your homepage changes and you're like, well, I didn't change it, or I have no idea what happened there. Chances are you probably have some malicious software on there. And then as well, unknown toolbars. Sometimes those will just pop up.
I get those all the time.
Yeah?
It drives me nuts.
Not good, not good.
So those are two programs. Again, more so going after spyware and adware, which is, stuff that you don't want in your system. But you could have antivirus as well. Viruses are pretty malicious in most cases. They'll get into your system. And a lot of organized crime is behind viruses now. And what they're trying to do is install things like keyloggers and stuff, like you were saying earlier, trying to figure out your keystrokes, what your passwords are to your online banking. A good one that we use in the office here is AVG Free. And this is an antivirus program that you install and will actually monitor your system to make sure that no malicious viruses are getting into the system. Again, you can upgrade to a paid version which has more features, things like internet firewalls and a number of things like that as well. But again, if you want the basic antivirus protection and you don't have a lot of cash, free is a good way to go. So, we've had a look at adware and Spybot, great for spyware and adware. And if you want that antivirus protection on the cheap, read free, have a look at AVG as well.
For more free free PC protection, you can also check out these helpful security programs.